improvements give Yamaha confidence in WorldSBK 2017. After their return to World Superbike in 2016, Yamaha did not shy away from admitting that there is plenty of work to be done to turn the YZF-R1 into a frontrunner. That work was certainly being undertaken at this week's JEREZ test, with Michael van der Mark and Alex Lowes the busiest riders on track over the 2 days. The pair completed the total of 283 laps of the Spanish circuit, and with a host of new parts on the bikes, it's clear that the R1 should be more competitive in 2017. Lowes trialed a new underslung swinger, and while the Englishman commented that it didn't offer an immediate lap time improvement, it did offer greater consistency over the race distance. For van der Mark, the improvements came with setup changes that improved his feeling on turn-in. "The bike is very new for this year," said team boss Paul Denning. "At the moment the engine is basically the only carryover from 2016, but it's due an upgrade as well. There is a lot of new stuff with the rest of the bike. The durability of the package has been good, and we were able to see that the bike is easy to work on and maintain, and while that's not very interesting for headlines, it makes a big difference in WorldSBK with the one bike rule." Lowes ended the 2-day test 5th fastest, after a busy second day saw him complete 83 laps and a race simulation. "We've tried a lot of stuff in this test," said Lowes. "I did a race simulation in the afternoon. It was really good. I did every lap in the 41S, which isn't as quick as the Kawasaki or Ducati, but it's a good pace to have. Where we are with the bike, it was a good run and I'm quite happy. There's a couple of things in terms of the balance of the bike, with the new swinger, that we may be able to learn from to get the benefits of it from another way. There are positive and negatives to both swingers. Over the race distance, I think that the new one is better and more consistent over a single lap with a brand new tire. It's harder to find that difference. The older swinger was a bit more flexible and you could push really hard with it. We had some good qualifying performances last year, but our race and consistency was what we wanted to improve." Denning also commented on Lowes' race simulation. "Alex did more laps than anyone on the second day, and even though he was interrupted on his race simulation after a couple of laps, he did 22 laps in the 1M41S. We didn't use the qualifier and were still able to set some competitive times. There's a long way for us to go to run at the front, but it was a positive start to the year." For van der Mark, the test is another step in his learning curve of how to get the most from the Yamaha. At the November tests he was given his first sampling of the Yamaha and immediately commented of feeling at ease with the bike. Having ridden the Honda for the last 2 years, the differences are stark, but this week he felt that he had made another step forward. "This test has been easier for me and I feel much more at home on the bike compared to when I rode it in November," said the Dutchman. "There's a lot of things for us to do, but I felt happier in this test. I thought that I felt happy in November, but when I got back onto the bike this week I felt a big difference. We have improved the turning this week, and we made a big change on the second day. And even though it felt good on Tuesday, it felt even better on the second day. I didn't know that I needed us to make that step because everything is new, but at the end I'm quite happy with the work that we have done." There are still improvements to be made, with van der Mark commenting that drive grip needs to be found because, when we pick up, we are spinning sideways rather than driving forwards. "This is the one area that we are missing with this bike at the moment." While top-end power was an issue for most of 2016, an upgraded exhaust made a clear difference in Qatar, allowing Sylvain Gantoli to finish on the rostrum. A new fairing also offered some improvement at this test, with Lowes saying, If you look at the speed traps here, it looks quite good. The new fairing meant that I felt a lot less wind on the bike now. The 26-year-old did pinpoint a couple of areas that he will focus on finding improvement at the Portimao test. "I like a bit more confidence as I pick up the gas, and over the race when the front tire grip goes," explained Lowe's. "I like to find the better feeling on corner entry. It's quite simple really, and they're the two main things that I want us to try and work on. We'll try and work on everything with the bike obviously, but if I can find, say 5%, more feeling in those areas, I'd be quite happy going to Phillip Island." Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.